Okay, so we are starting from where we were at with the 2U project last week. I've created a refresh script so we can just quickly refresh our databases. Whenever I give you a refresh, all I want you to do is open it and click execute. You will be able to find it on Blackboard under content categories, in case files, not mmorpg.com, but 2U. And that would be where you find the refresh script. This one here, see it's labeled refresh script. This is version 1. We'll probably have other versions in the coming days. I've also given you a starter file for this week. That's this commented file here. You're welcome to follow along if you want to, or you can stick to just kind of watching it, whatever works best for you. So, starting from there, yes, open up your refresh file, hit execute. Doesn't matter, as long as you don't have anything highlighted, you can run this over and over again and it'll bring you back to the start of what we did today. All that does is set up some tables in your database. If you're at home, you may have set up a database of your own, so you have to make sure you're in the right place. Then right click on your tables folder, click the refresh button, and you'll see account and video show up over there. Then when you get over to this side, make sure you go edit, IntelliSense refresh local cache so that your IntelliSense is also up to date. Okay, now we're going to be working in pure DML. I'm just going to pin this off because we don't need that open anymore, at least not for the moment. And I'll zoom in a bit. And I just want to remind you, anytime you want to look at what's inside one of your tables, you can do a select everything query. Okay. But if you want to work with multiple tables together, you often want to have a full relationship between them. I'm actually going to delete that and explain this here. So I'm going to go select star from, and we have two tables in our relationship here. So our documentation has two tables. There are two tables in our relationship, as I said. We have the account table and we have the video table. Okay, based on our crow's foot here, we know that the relationship between them is that the account table is the parent table and the video is the child table, because our multiple prongs go out to a child table. Also, we know that for every one account, because it is the parent table, every one account record has one or may have 0 or more videos in our database. So somebody might have registered for an account and not yet updated or uploaded their stuff yet. Or maybe they want an account and then decide not to upload, or other things of that nature. Regardless, we are going to be working with the account as the parent and the video as the child, and so we have to join them in that way. One formula you can follow for making these joins work is to start with the parent table, so in this case the account table, and then join the child table, which is in this case the video table. Okay. And we're going to join it on the parent's primary key being equal to the video's or the child's foreign key. Okay, so I'm going to put that in my little notation. So parent table join, and this is really a left join in the background, so we're just going to put that explicitly. Child table on parent table dot pk is equal to child table dot fk. So even though they have the same name here, the account ID field in the account table is different from the account ID field in the video table. They have the same types of values. They only ever have the same value when the video actually belongs to the account to which we're attaching it. And that's what this join is all about. Now the cool part is from this point forward, we can borrow this join anytime we want to join the account and video table. It's always going to be the same. So once you figure it out once, you can more or less copy and paste it down until you have to figure out a join for other tables as well. When we get into multiple joins, sometimes it's not quite so copy paste. You have to be able to figure out a little bit more, but we'll start from there. All right, so let's look at selecting data from multiple tables using this join. Which accounts posted a video on the same month that they joined? Okay, now we got to pay attention to how these questions are asked. This one here is saying on the same month that they joined. So if I joined in October, I posted in October, regardless of whether I joined on October 1st or October 21st. If I posted on October 31st, that would count as being the same month. If I posted on November 1st, that would count as being a different month. So I'm going to, once again, select, and we'll start with everything, and I'm going to borrow this whole join again. I'm just going to go here. I figured out that join. I don't need to mess around with it anymore. Okay. So, and I'm going to move this guy up here because this comment is meant for the join. All right, actually, I'll keep it on the second line because this comment's meant for the join. Which accounts posted a video on the same month they joined? Well, here we are going to just have a look at the account and look at its registration date. Okay. What we want to know is that its month is the same as the month of any videos that they posted. So first of all, if we just look at this without the where clause, you can see we get all kinds of data, right? So let's just narrow this down a little bit. I'm going to output the account email and the video title. And I'll also output the video, well, the account registration date and the video post date. Okay, so now we can just get a clearer idea. We're only outputting those four, and we can look at those. Also, the dates are a little bit ugly, so let's pretty up those dates a bit. I'm going to put a format on each of my dates, and here's one of those formatting codes I promised you. Lowercase d gives you a short date like so. Like so. And if you want to read that quickly and figure out the numbers in your head, that's cool. I think what I want to do though is use the uppercase D, which gives us something a little bit nicer, a little bit quicker for our eyes to understand. And we have to make sure to give that column a label, which is our ACK registration. All right, and we'll do the same thing for our video post date. Okay, so things are looking a little bit better now. Now, we want to make sure that the month on our account registration date is equal to the month on our video post date. Assuming I typed that incorrect, let's see if IntelliSense will help me. Okay, so far so good on the same month that they joined, but let's assume that when I say same month, I don't mean the same month in any year, I mean the same month in the same year, so the very same month that they signed up. So if it's October 2016, then it's October 2016. Right now you can see that I have I have this one here. Miriam the account was registered in May 2016, but they were posted in May 2017. So let's make sure that we're only outputting for the same year. I'm going to go and the year of the account registration date is equal to the year of the video post date. Now it's kind of narrowed it down a little bit, and we've got something a little bit easier to see. Right. But let's notice the difference in the next question. It says, which accounts posted a video within 1 month of joining? So it's not on the same month, but within 1 month. So we got to watch for those little variations in the way a question is asked. Now I know that I'm going to want to output the same field, so I'm going to copy down everything except for my where clause. I know I want to output the same fields, and they both come from different tables which are joined by a relationship. Okay. I'm just going to get this a little bit lower So here we're going to say where, and we're going to use that date diff function whenever we want to check how far apart any days are. And it says within 1 month. Well, let's say month. Use our ACK registration date again, and our video post date. Okay, and we'll say that it's equal to 1 month, right? Date diff gives us the number of whatever this first unit that we give it is between two dates, starting with this date, ending with that date. So this is 1, exactly. All right. Now these are a little different. You see I've got October here and I've got November here, but we know that's within a month. Same thing here, November and December, August, September, October, November, and so on. Sorry, that should be less than 1. Sorry, not less than 1, less than or equal to 1. There we go. Okay. So that should also include any that are on the same month. So there's a few that were, you see November 21st with November 22nd. Okay. Now, how about which posted in 24 hours? Well, that's the same thing here. The only difference is that instead of putting date diff month, we're checking the number of hours, and we're checking for less than or equal to 24. All right, now we've got these two. Now let's have a look. For each account, we're going to display the average length and total number of videos posted. So now we're going to use aggregate functions like we've been learning over the last couple of weeks. All right, so I'm just going to go back up to the top here. I'm going to grab this starter query because we don't need all that information anymore. But what we do need is the account. Let's take a moment and grab the person's name here. So you can concatenate in two ways. You can either concatenate using the concat function and put in ACK first name. Actually, let's put last name and put it in a comma, and then ACK first name, and let's call this full name. All right, so far so good, right? And let's also output their email address. Okay, and we're going to want to count something. Okay, I want to know the total number of videos, so that will end up being num videos or something of that extent, to that extent. And we are also going to want the average length of our videos. So let's go AVG, video length. Actually, it's playtime minutes, I believe. Yep. Okay. And average playtime. Right. If I try to run this, I get that error. It says it's invalid in the select list because it's not contained in either an aggregate function or the group by clause. You're going to get this a lot whenever you're dealing with anything that uses aggregates. Okay. So what it's telling me is that last name's no good because I don't have it in one of these functions that we use as aggregates or in my group by clause. Okay. I want to output the last name and I want to output the first name. So group by ACK last name. Then I get the error again. It says I need first name there, so let's do ACK first name. And then finally, one more time, it tells me that I have a problem with the email address, so I want to put in ACK email. Right? Not bad, not bad. But now we want to additionally sort output by the account holder's last name. Okay, so to sort, we use order by. And we're going to put in ACK last name, and we're good to go. Okay. Now you can see we go from B down to T in alphabetical order.